Good morning, guys.
Morning, sir.
Okay, very good morning. Have you practiced the last model which you have discussed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We will discuss at the end of the session regarding that one. Now we will be talking you. Just a second. Okay, fine. Today we are going to start with a new topic called as 3D. As of now, we have discussed about 2D components, how to prepare a 2D layout, how to use the plant simulation in 2D. Today, we are going to discuss about all those components in 3D, three-dimensional representation. Okay. For that, see, create a new model. In this, we are going to start with 3D. If at all I am starting a new model directly in 3D, then this is the method. And once it was done, then I will explain you how to convert a 2D drawing into 3D. Okay, fine. Now create new model and we need to click 3D. This is how 3D will be. Okay, so same thing, everything is same here, just a representation of frame will be changing. Now here in this 3D there are few more icons, like if at all you want to zoom in zoom out, then you need to scroll the mouse button, then there will be having zoom in and zoom out. If you want to rotate, then hold the scroll wheel and you can rotate anything. If you want to pan, if you want to move it, then hold the scroll as well as right mouse button. Okay, see, zoom in, zoom out, scroll wheel up, scroll wheel down. If you want to rotate, then hold the scroll wheel, only scroll wheel, and you can rotate it like this. If you want to move, then hold the scroll wheel as well as right mouse button together and see. Clear? Now I want to place this here. In 2D, there will be dots representation. The frame will be represented with dots, whereas in 3D, it is represented with these square columns. And again, there will be having some components also. Okay, everything is same here. First thing is again input. So input. If I click input and drag, so you will be having a input representation like this. So this is how the input will be in 3D. Same with the next. If you want output, then drag. This is how it will be representing in 3D. Okay, and you want to create a layout. For creating a layout, I see, for station or mission, click and drop. So this is how it will be station. If I place another mission like this, I can place like this different missions. But in 3D, if at all you want to create a layout, then see, this is how the starting visualization. Now you need to convert this 3D plane into 2D view. Okay, this is a planar view. You need to convert your 3D into planar view so that your layout will be easily drawn. For that, just press letter P. Okay, letter P in your keyboard. Now see, you will be having a just a 2D representation, but not actual 2D, just a 2D representation for you to create a layout. Here I can place like this, here I can place according to the layout. See, once I was designed, okay, the layout, then again click on P, same. Exiting into planar view, you need to press P. Again, entering into planar view, you need to press P. P is the only one which is connecting your 3D atmosphere into planar atmosphere. Okay, now it will be. You can directly create in 3D also, but what will be happen sometimes in 3D? See, one, if I place, maybe some disturbance will going to happen, maybe some geometrical representation like this. You can drag like this also. See what is happening. Sometimes what will be happen? You won't get the exact point. So for you to get the exact point, you need to convert into planar view. For that, you need to press P. Again, you can draw. drop. That's it. In 2D, you can, if you want, you can directly use it by using connectors. First mission, second mission in this planar view. Else, you can directly done with in the 3D also. So this is the 3D representation. Just keep it like this. Click on the connector, click on the input, and click on the mission. Same. Click on this one. Click on this one. Click, 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 click. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is
Yes, sir.
the basic 3D representation. Now I can zoom, if at all I want, I can zoom in, zoom out. Now I don't want these three. Delete, apply, delete. What is the name of this mission?
Station 1.
But why it isn't visible here? In 2D, what will be happen? Whatever the components you are preparing, automatically the labels will be shown. Whereas in 3D, it is not shown. If you want, you can derive them. For that, see, I have done this one. So click on this mission, right click, and there will be different options. In that, if you double click it, what will be happen? You will be entering into statistics. Okay. In statistics, you can change the mission parameters, but not the conditions. You can give conditions to the mission in double clicking. But if you want to change the properties, if you want to show or hide, if you want to give some properties, representations, then right click on the component, whatever you want, like this. Right click, and there is an option, edit 3D properties. Even though if you click directly rename here, see there is a rename here. I can say MACHIME mission 1. But see, it is not even visible here. For that, right click, edit into 3D edit 3D properties. If you click that one, then there is a pop-up that will be enabled. In that, what is the name of the mission here? Mission 1. If you want to change, you can directly change here. See here, I am changing it to M1. Okay, this is the first mission name. If I click apply and OK, still it is not visible. Okay, you have named it M1. This is station and this station 2, but it isn't visible. Okay, to enable that one, right click, edit 3D properties. This is the only icon. Edit 3D properties. You have this, assign this one name. Now you want to showcase it, you want to label it. For that, you need to enter into last tab, that is called as a captions. You need to enter into captions tab. In this, there is a name or label enabled. You need to enable this one, then it was okay. See, same. Right click, edit 3D properties. Here it is station. Okay, I want to use the same name. So station, and if at all I want to enable the name here, then I need to enter into captions. And here I need to click on this one, name. Then it will be enabled. Same with this one. Edit 3D properties. Here I want to change it. Here I am 3. Captions enabled. Apply M3. Okay, same. Right click, edit 3D properties. I want to change it to M2. Okay, M1, M2, M3. Clear? Same with the source as well as output also. Check here. This is a source. Right click, edit 3D properties. It is a source. Now I want in. Captions enable in. Same with this also. Add 3D properties. Here I want to change it to out and captions enabled. Okay, in M1, M2, M3 out. So this is how I want to showcase in 3D. Whereas in 2D, everything will be automatically visible. But in 3D, if you want, you can visible. You enable it. If you don't want it, you can rename it. But you can hide this name. To hide this one, same. Edit 3D properties and go to captions. Just disable this one. So it will be disabled. Hide it. Okay. Now, this is first thing. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more thing here. See, I don't want this M1 at this location. Instead, I want this M1 to be at this corner. Instead of this starting point, I want this M1 at this end, M2 at this one, M3 at this position. Then right click, edit 3D properties, and see here, you have to change that in the captions tab only. Okay, in the captions tab, there are written here -1, -0.5, Z0. You can alter it. Instead of -1, I am pressing 0. Okay, apply. So it will be. If I press 1, if I press 10, if I press 5, I don't know, it was somewhere overlapped. 1, 0. Okay, like this. Edit 3D properties, caption 0. Same with this also. Edit 3D properties, captions, captions 0. This is X orientation. Same with the Y also. If you want this name, mission name at the top of the mission, at the back of this mission, then same thing. Edit 3D properties, and you need to enter into captions, and there is a Y. You can alter it. You can press 0. So it is in the mission. See, there is a graphical representation that is somewhat visible, right? So like that you can change it to maybe I am giving 1. It was like this. If I press 2, it is at the top of the mission, or else 1.5, nowhere. So 75, or maybe approximately this one, or I will use 2 directly. Okay, so this is how it will be M1. Clear? Same with this also. Add 3D properties and captions, and here Y. In the Y also I am giving 2. Okay, same with this. Edit 3D properties and captions. See, one more thing here. There is an option, a tab in this one. Default tab is transformation. If you change anything here, I will show you this. Here y is 2. If I change it to 5, what is happened?
The whole mission is shifting.
Just a second. Okay. Now, which means the transformation. Here the mission movement is happening in this one. So I don't want to disturb this one. So for this I want to change into captions only. Here I need to enter into captions, and I can change. This is for the label. Okay. This is for the caption. This is for the label which you have defined. Okay. M1, M2, M3. Now we have done X and Y. Now what will happen if I click Z? If I open this 3D properties, and here in caption, if I change this Z, what will happen?
So it will come in that direction.
Okay, if I press 1, see, okay, it is in the air, it is in the Z direction. That is why you have to check before altering the Z. Apply. Clear? M1, M2, M3, 3 emissions done. Now what are these 3 things? Angle. What is this rotation? What will happen if I alter these 3? These. Any idea?
Sir, it will rotate with means
Its orientation.
yes, sir, at its position where it is.
Yes. See, which one is selected? M1 is selected. So this one. If I rotate something, if I rotate an angle of 90, if I rotate an angle of 45, if I rotate an angle of minus 90, if I rotate an angle of 180, okay, orientation, how exactly you want it, that is visible here. Okay,
Yes, sir.
everyone clear? I will explain you this
Yes, sir.
orientation.
Yes,
See,
sir.
apply. Now it was like this. Okay, now I am pressing this M1, right click, edit 3D properties. Now I am changing the transformation. Now there is a transformation option here. Okay, now This mission is facing in this direction. Now I don't want this one, I want to rotate it, I want to some more rotation. Then see here, this is rotation with respect to z, which means how it will be rotated. So with respect to z it will going to rotate like this. If I give 90, clear. If I go for 45, if I go for minus 90, so which is, this is rotating with respect to topward axis, that is z axis. With respect to that it is rotating. Okay, if it is 90 then it will be placing like this. Okay, if I click apply, so the name will automatically change it with respect to the mission. Now if at all I can place like this, or else again I am going to captions. Here I am giving minus uh, sorry, I have given 1. Let's check what will happen. It was the side, same this y 1, or y I will be given 0. Not this. Okay, this is how we are going to transform our 3D properties. Either it should be a mission or it is for a label. Same thing with this one, right? 3D properties. Now I want to transform the mission. For this, either I need to go to this one or into the captions. Which one I need to enter?
Transformation.
In the transform, if at all I want to rotate it, yes, I can rotate. Minus, I am giving 90 degrees. It was like this. But I don't want like this. I want this in the side of this mission. For that, I am giving it to minus 5. Let's check now. So minus 10, and here y I will be placing 5. Now in negative direction it should be minus 5, or it should be minus 3. Now minus 2. Fine. I want it in the downward direction. So minus 12, minus 13. Clear? It was rotated and it was in this direction. Apply. Same with this also. I can, okay, I need to click apply. Edit 3D properties. I am changing it to 90 degrees. It was rotated. Now I need to define this one. First I need to define this minus 5 minus 6. Okay. And Z is minus 12, 13. Okay. Same. If at all I want to change, I can change this labels also. Clear? How to change the labels? How
We
to
will go in captions.
into edit 3D properties. In that, instead of transformation we need to enter into captions. Here you can place accordingly. If you click one, okay, it was fine. Now you need to alter the z. Okay, not this one. So minus 2, no, minus 1, or else 0. Okay, clear. This is how we are going to transform the mission as well as a label. Now I don't want this smaller size, I want to increase the size of the mission. For that, edit 3D properties, and in the 3D properties there is this icon, transform, mu animation, all these things. In the transformation option there is an option scale. Here if you increase this one, I directly give 2, you can transform the size. Okay, if you click 1 it will be like this. It is a uniform, which means x, y and z are in uniform transformation. Now I don't want this one, I am changing it. I want this, and I want this. Now see, x and y is increased, y is having same height. I can change if at all I want, or else I want a y in 3, then it will be like this. So based upon the transformations I can give. Okay, if I can press 1 and press 1 here, so it will be transformed. Clear?
Yes, sir.
These are the two important things. One is transform. In the transform option, you can change the appearance of the mission. In the caption option, you can change the appearance of the label which you have given here. Same with the angle and rotation also. See here in the M3, this is this one. I can change it. I can increase or decrease the label as said. Okay. See, if I increase this, what will happen? It is like this. If at all I don't want, I can directly use 1. Clear?
Yes, sir.
This is one simple representation for 3D animations. And now I hope it's clear. Everyone,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
see, I'm not saving this model, I'm closing it. I want to open the previous file. 104811. I hope this is a model 6. Now this is a smaller model. Close. Now open model file. Might be this one. Yes. No, I don't want this also. Let us see this. What is this one? Okay, fine. Now this is a 2D file. If I'm having a 2D file, I have done some 2D layout creation. Once I was done on the 2D, then I want to convert into 3D, for which there is only one option in the tab, in the main ribbon bar. This is the main ribbon bar. In the main ribbon, there is an option open 2D and 3D, which is a conversion. So if at all you want to convert your drawing into 2D or 3D, then you can use this one. Okay. Now you have created a 2D layout and you want to convert into 3D. See, in 2D, every label is visible here. So you haven't specified any special things like edit 3D properties, all those things. So you have all these labels were default. Now if you convert this, to convert that one, you need to press this one, open 2D or 3D. If you click this one, it is asking the model does not have any 3D data. Do you want to create a 3D model with default graphics? Yes. This is how it will be. Now zoom in. If at all I want to check each and everything, then zoom in. Same for moving, hold the scroll wheel as well as right mouse button and you can move like this. If you want to rotate, you can rotate and have a look like this. Now, this is how the 3D representation will be. Clear? Again, see, this is a 3D, I mean 2D model which is converted in 3D. Now, I don't want this 3D model. Again, I want to convert back into 2D. Again, for that, you need to go to 2D. Clear? So, if you have prepared a 2D layout, then there is a option that is visible. That is visible. So, for you to convert into 2D, 3D whenever you want. Now, I don't want this one. I am closing it. No. New model 3D here. uh, how to enter into planar view?
By pressing P.
Okay, by pressing letter P. So I have pressed the letter P here. I'm preparing a small thing, one input, another mission, and an output. Now I'm connecting. Done. Now I want again the 3D. See, there is no option here. This option was disabled here. Why? Because we have started the model directly in a 3D environment. So in 3D environment, you can convert your drawing into planar view, but not into 2D view. That is why it is not visible here. Even though if you try, nothing is possible here. If you click it, nothing is going to possible. Clear? If at all you want to start your drawing, then only method is so you can create the 2D layout. Once your 2D layout was done, then you can convert into 3D. Else you can directly create a 3D model like this and you can create it and you can save it in the 3D only. You cannot save it in the 2D representation. You can change it into view, planar view. You can change the views, but not the 2D as well as 3D representations. Clear? Now this mission was there. Now I don't want this convey connector. Now I want a conveyor here. In 2D, if at all we want to use a conveyor, then we are picking it and we are dragging and dropping. Same in the 3D also. We are going to click on this conveyor and there is an option. First option and second option. It was done. Or else directly you can create somewhere like this, escape, and you can drag and drop here. Once you are done, then you can connect. This is the second method. First method is directly drawing the conveyor between two stations, or else you can draw a conveyor outside and you can map it. I mean, you can connect with the machine, then you can drag and drop here. Both methods are correct. In this method, what will be happen if you place like this? Sometimes there will be a problem of connection. Sometimes it won't be visible. Okay. Whereas if you prepare like this, preparing a I mean preparing a conveyor somewhere and you are connecting it. Once it was connected, then you can drag and drop here. Okay. Now see, there is one more problem here. Okay. Now click this one and click this one. Now I want to place here. I don't want this one. I'm deleting it. I want to place here. Now what happened here? What is the problem here?
The conveyor is longer than its space.
Yes. Conveyor length is it's increasing. Conveyor length is more. Okay. For that, see, if I click on this one and changing it is the presentation is complete. The orientation is completely changing. The transform is changing, but not the size is decreasing. Okay. Now, if at all I want to decrease the size, in 2D what will be happened if we click the conveyor, there will be nodes that will be visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you observed that if at all you want to convert your 2D model, then there will be some nodes. So you can click
Yes.
on that node and you can drag. The length will be altered, right?
Yes, sir.
Whereas in 3D, if at all you want to do that manipulations or modifications, then you need to press letter M. M is for modification or manipulator. Okay, so you can press this one and you can press letter M. Now see, there is an arrow. There is an arrow representation. This one. Now I can press this one. If I press completely conveyor, everything will be selected. Now I don't want all. I want only this end part. So for that, zoom in and select this one. Okay. If accidentally it was selected this also. To deselect it, press the control and press this one. Or else, okay, sorry, press shift and press this one. Sometimes it will happen, but I don't know. Okay, this. Just zoom in and press the arrow. Once it was selected, then hold on that one and you can increase, decrease and change. You can, whatever you want, you can change.
Sir, we can change it through transformation.
Yes, you can change it through transformation also, but transformation is a bit complicated. So you don't know how much length it is exactly. If you are having a layout dimensions with you, which means this mission is having some 50 centimeters or 50 meters apart, then at that point you can do. But in this model, simple model, you don't know what is this, I mean, exact length. Then only method is this one. You can directly click and you can drag like this. Sometimes what will happen
Is there,
now? Yes.
is there any way to measure the dimensions
Yes,
in
it is
3D model?
there. I will tell you that when the time comes, I will explain you those things also. Now,
Yes, sir.
see, when I press this one, and I am not sure whether it is a straight line or not. Okay, again for that, I need to press P. So I need to enter into planar view, and there are lines here on the background. So it will act as a reference. So I will consider this, and I will be placing. Okay, now I can drag and drop here. Now it was adjusted. Okay, like this. Once I was done modification, then press on this, whatever the item you have modified, press the same element and press the M, press the letter M. For modification you need to press M. Now the manipulators will be visible at this point as well as at this point. Once you have done the editing or modification, then you need to press the element which you have modified and you need to press letter M. So it was disabled. Okay, just a second.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
This is the first
So
method.
can we do this with machine also?
Yes, yes. Once we have done the conveyor, now we will be entering into machine. Now I want to modify the machine. There will be lot of modifications in machine. I can increase the height, I can decrease. See, what are the properties we are doing in this one? Edit 3D properties, and what are the options we are performing? Those things can be directly performed with the help of M. Okay, here I can change the angles, here I can change the display, I mean the mission characteristics, mission length, breadth, and height, and this uniformity. I can change everything with the letter M. So if I press this mission and press M, then see, there is a representation here, which means this rotation symbol represents I can rotate anywhere in the Z axis with respect to Z. Okay, same. If at all I want to increase, if at all I want to increase the length, then I need to press this one. Same. If at all I want to increase the height, then here if you drag it, nothing will going to possible here. For this you need to press Ctrl and use the arrow buttons. Hold the Ctrl and use this up and downward direction, so that it was like this. Okay, see what will happen if I press these two. Possible. If you press only this one, it is possible. But it is possible, but what will happen? You need to select four corners. Then you can click on this one. Same with this. If you select only this one and control.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर,
Yes.
ये हाइट इंक्रीज कैसे किया आपने, एक बार दोबारा एक्सप्लेन करना.
Okay, this is my mission and I want to increase the height. For that, either I need to go to 3D properties. Here I can transform the height. It is a position changing. So if I click this one, if I click one, now what is happened? The transformation, this is changing. That is not the correct method. So for me to increase this height, then in this method you need to enter into scale. You need to decrease this, I mean you need to disable this one, and there will be X, Y, and Z. You can directly change here if you want. You can directly see. Or else there is one more method, that is this method, clicking the mission and you need to select M. Then there will be lot of modification icons here. In that modifications icon, what exactly you want? If you want to increase the length as well as breadth, then you need to select either this one or this one. If at all you want to increase this one, select, okay, and hold and drag. Same with this one, hold and drag. If you want to increase the height, then you need to select the four corners or these four simultaneously by clicking Control. So holding the Control and selecting four. If you don't select the control, what will be happen? It will be deselected. Now everything was selected. Then you need to press Control, hold Control, and by using this cursor, by using the upward as well as downward arrows, you can increase the height like this. But you don't know how much you are increasing it. So whenever you want an increase in height, whenever you want increase in height or increase in mission characteristics, like increasing the breadth, length, everything, then the correct method is you need to enter into mission properties like this, and in that there is an option uniform. Deselect it and you can directly give here. If at all you want to increase 1.5, 1.5 and 1 itself, then press 1.5, press 1.5 and Z will be 1. Okay. Here I can't say this is 1.5. See, if I click like this and this is 1. Maybe I don't know whether it is 1 or whether it is a 0.1 increasing or 1.1 like this. I don't know. At the same time, the length also. If at all I want to increase the length, then I can click this one and I am dragging it. I don't know when exactly it was 1.5. Okay, so whenever you are doing some modifications to the missions, then this is the correct method. So enter into 3D properties. Here you can change the uniformity so that everything will be in a equal composition. Everything will be related with each other. Here add 3D properties. Now 1, now 1. Uniform. Apply. Okay. But for conveyor, it is not that much of a. See, whenever I click this M, there are these things. I can directly by using this one, I can drag and drop here. But there is one more thing also. Right click and add 3D properties. Same X, Y, and Z. And there is an angle rotation. In that uniform, I can click this one in X. I want to increase its length. Point, sorry, 1.5. 1.5. I can increase this also 1.5. So this is also increased. Z. If I alter the Z, height is also increased. Clear? This is how we are going to change the conveyor also in this manner. If at all
And
you
so
want,
why, sir, why in this conveyor one, when we press M, the Y coordinate and Z coordinates are not showing. We are
generally
checking.
M is used for the connection only. So if at all I want to increase the length as well as decrease the length, generally we use that M icon so that we can place wherever you want. But whenever I want to decrease these special things like Y as well as this height, then definitely I need to go to this add 3D properties only. Okay, fine. Now there is one more mission. It is not connected, so press this one and this one. Now see, you have modified this conveyor and there is arrow buttons. If you want to deselect it, there is no need of selecting this one and press M every time. So whenever you have done some modifications, see when I am clicking this one M, I have clicked this one M, this one M. Whenever there are some modifications I have done, directly press M on the key so that everything will be enabled and again select M. So everything will be selected and everything will be disabled. Instead of selecting each and every mission like this and selecting M is a difficult task. At the same time, if at all you want to remove this one, again you need to select that one and M. So if this model is having only 4 missions, so it is easier. If your model is having some 20 or 25 missions or some different components, at that time you have modified some things and you don't know where exactly you have modified after some time. Then once your model was prepared or finalized, then you need to select, you need to press M. So every icon will be selected and again press M. So disabled. Clear? Now I have done some modifications here. Mission 1, mission 2, and this is connector. Clear? These are the basic modifications in 2D. Sorry, in 3D. Conveyor. No. Here, what type of conveyor is this? Why this is in this much direction? Edit 3D properties, and I want one. Okay. Now I have transformed it to my original. I want to increase its length. So I'm placing it, I'm placing and dropping here. What type of conveyor is this? We will say this is a belt conveyor. Okay. If this application is smoother material, then we can use this belt conveyor. If I am using uh, some components which is having 100 degrees of temperature or it is having very sharp edges, now what will happen to this conveyor, belt conveyor?
It will be damaged.
It will be damaged. If the temperature of the if the part that is coming from the CNC machine, it is having some 150 degrees temperature, will this conveyor be will it works fine?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, just a second. Yeah. Then based upon the application, we are going to change the different forms of conveyors. Now I want to change this conveyor. Instead of a belt one, I want to use some other. For that, right click, edit 3D properties. Zoom in. This one. Now in the transformation, what have you observed? For position. So how the position will be. So if at all I want to increase the scaling and all those things will be done in this transformation tab. And in the captions tab, there will be having this name label tab. There is one more tab here, second tab, appearance. In that appearance, there will be having different icons in this C. First is a type, this belt conveyor. So we are using a belt here. If I drop down this one and there will be having roller. If I select roller, then I will be having roller conveyor. If I select guided rail belt conveyor, then I will be having a conveyor which is having some supports at the end. If I select this rail conveyor, then there will be having a rail like structure. If I am a tube conveyor, then I will be having a tube. Okay. In generally, what will be happen in plants? Mostly, belt conveyor is the first thing that is used, and second one is guided belt. This one will be used, and third one is a roller conveyor. These three will be mostly used. So, based upon your application, based upon the and the company's application, we are going to select these three. Okay. Not only these three, based upon this, rest you will be. But only thing you need to do is you need to create a basic layout. Basic conveyor first. See, the conveyor is like this. Done. For same thing. Here I am using a roller conveyor. Okay. Even for changing this also, same thing. Right click, edit 3D properties, appearance. In that there is this option. You can change into roller. You can change into belt. You can change into guided rail. So based upon this you can change. Okay. Now see one more option. It is having this type of legs, square legs. Now I don't want square legs, that also I can be changed. Right click, open, sorry, edit 3D properties. In this appearance, after this option there is option legs. In that, square double base. In this you can select round double base. Now you will be having a round H base. You will be having a cross section like this on both ends. Same. Square double base. This is this one. Square H base. Arch T base. Okay. Like you can modify this also. I will be selecting square H base. Clear? Now see, there is one more thing. You can change different properties here. Roller material. See, yes.
Sir, if there are means more number of conveyors and we want to change means every conveyor to the same type means same legs
Hmm.
or same type roller
Hmm.
or any other. So we have to do that one by one, or can we do?
No. I hope I have explained you this class library derive option.
Yes.
Explained
Yes,
or not?
sir. Yes, sir.
In that, see, in this material flow, there is an option. Where is this conveyor? Right click and derive. Now what happened? My default conveyor was this one, user conveyor. Now I am to changing it, and I can change uh, custom conveyor. Okay, the name is custom conveyor. I need to open. So this is the thing, and sorry, right click, edit 3D properties. Now there is this icon. In that appearance, instead of belt, I am going to guided rail. Here I am changing into arch T base. Okay. Now I have selected this one for, sorry, drag and drop here. Now I got this one. So whenever you want this one, so you need to drag and drop here. So these properties will be visible. Now this is smaller length. If you want to increase the length, then simply press M. You will be having joints. After that,
And if we want to means curve this belt,
then I hope it's not possible. That is what I am trying. Why? Because it is a default thing you have given, so it is not possible. Yes, it is not possible with this one. For that again, same. Whenever there is a curve is needed, so you need to define that. Okay. If it is a straight conveyor, it is possible. Whenever there is a curve, you can directly use it. Simply again you need to draw like this. Why? Because see here, for drawing a curve, you need to select and you need to press hold. It is possible. But in this, what will happen? You need to select it here and you need to paste here, drag and drop. Here, we can't paste like this. There is no any option that is visible for this angle or the radial. So it is not possible. Okay, fine. Let me delete these two. Okay. Clear with this modification, basic modification. Now
Yes, sir.
I will be entering into select the conveyor, right click, edit 3D properties. And here in the appearance, material. I mean, you can change this also. This diameter is zero point 0.1, it was defined here. If at all you want, you can change it to, and you can change the color. I mean, representation. Default it was gray, you can change its representation on this one. So for this, you need to and click on this one. And there is a icon here. Same, you need to select this one. There will be different colors. If I select this one, okay, apply. Same, Lex. See what is the Lex color? Blue. You can click on this one and blue will be pop up. You can alter different colors. I select this one. Okay, apply. There are some side material. Frame. Frame is nothing but this one. You can change the frame height. See here it was 1. So I have defined to frame 2. So the height will be increased. Roller support will be increased. Width also 0.25. I want to change it to 5. And I can change the color also. Here I am defining some green. Okay. Like this I can change the representation of the conveyor. Similarly with this also, any type of conveyor can be changed. Not only this conveyor, mission is also changed, but I will explain you mission somewhat later. Why? Because mission will be having different characteristics. So conveyor will be having a least number of things. That is why I explained you at this instant. Okay, right click, edit 3D properties. If at all you want to increase or you want to transform, directly you can use this transform icon. If you want to use this label, then you can change the alter the label things. Once you are done with these two, then even though if you want to change the representation color of this conveyor, then you need to enter into this one and you will be having again same different things. Here you can directly change the representation. There is one more option here, segments. What it should be? Any idea?
Sir, maybe the supporting legs means in between the conveyors.
Hmm, not exactly. Okay, fine. I'll show you. Just a second. Give me a second. Okay. See here. Segments. If I click segments, how many joints are there? So what is the length of each joint? This is 4. This is 2. What is the curvature? Curvature angle. How much curve it is there? What is the radius of this curvature? All the nomenclature will be defined here. Okay. See, I'll show you. Whenever I click this modification, so press this one and select M. How many nodes are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. That representation, okay, was this one. How many nodes here? What happened? Okay, sorry. Starting point 2, 3, 4. Those are 4. Length 4. This is having 4 in length. Second one is curvature. This is having curvature of 90 degrees and radius is 2 and this length is 2. If I alter this one, okay, directly I can alter here. Here it is 2. I can directly give 5 and okay. Here, just a second, let me drag this segments. Here, what is the radius? 2. Here I don't want 2, I want 5. Clear? Same thing,
Yes,
whatever
sir.
the application we are doing in modifications. If I click this M and what are the thing we want, we are doing here, that can be done in this segments. If you are having different figures, if you are having some standard values, then directly you need to enter into segments in this. So how many nodes will be having? Each and every node will be represented here, 0 0 here, 3.67. I don't want 3.67, it should be like 5. Okay, this is also 5. Let me erase everything. 5 radius is also 5 and 5. Done. If I click OK, so now this is the exact conveyor with the dimensions which I am having. Clear? This is how we are going to modify the conveyors. Rest is small, rest is similar, same mission we have done. If I click the parallel station, see here how many workstations it is having. It is having only one workstation, but whereas in this one we will be having 4, which means let me delete this. Apply. I am placing this here, and this was deleted, and this was deleted, and I am using this here. Yes, I am connecting this with, sorry, selected this with this one. Now it isn't selected. Okay, I'm placing it here. Now see what will happen if I reset real time. This is the path, and the path is entering into conveyor. It will be like this, 4 parts at 4 different locations. Once the 4 were done, then parts will be reached. Okay, next is, I don't want this one, I am deleting it. One more application, that is a robot. I hope you have done the robot, right, in 2D.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
now we are doing that in 3D. So for us, click this one and see. This is a robot. If I place here, what is this red color line? Any idea?
It's
Sorry.
the work area.
Yes. Work area, envelope, working volume, all these things, right? So I need to place this like this only. Okay, so I am picking a part from this conveyor. So this conveyor should be in reach of this robot on. Otherwise, what will be happening if I place like this? So will the robot reach this position? Is able to reach this position?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, sir.
It should be like this. I will clearly show you what will happen if I place like this. I am defining this. Okay, I am Control C and Control V. I hope I explained you this command, right? Copy paste. So you need
Yes,
to
sir.
select this one and
Yes.
paste. That's it. Now, see. Is this correct model? Is this correct? I mean design.
No, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
I okay. Event controller. Reset the simulation and see. I'm increasing this. The reach of the robot is up to this only. Beyond this, now see in top view. It is not even reaching that conveyor. It is not even touching this conveyor, but the material loading is happening and unloading is happening. This is not the correct method. I mean, we have defined the connectors. That is why robot is doing the application digitally, but it is not correct. But this is the correct method. If I place like this, what will be happen? This is too much of place is there. I mean, very limited space. I am just using this arrow keys. So I need to select the robot and press the arrow. Same conveyor, press the arrow. So that I am just maintaining the distance. Okay, fine. Now reset the simulation, run it. Clear? This is how the 3D representation of robot is. Same, if at all you want to modify this mission also, then click on this one and press M. Now you will be having these icons with which you can rotate, you can increase, anything you can be performed with this one. Or else directly enter into edit 3D properties. Here pick and place is the name. I don't want that name, so I am using robot. Sorry, robot, robot 1 is my name, and I am enabling it, so it was enabled. Apply. If at all I want, I can use these transformations. Okay, angle is somewhat disturbed. In the previous we have disturbed by using M, so I don't want that, so I am giving 0. Fine. And this also, see, it was disturbed, so I am changing it to 1 and I'm changing it to 1. Apply. So everything is now fixed. Now if I can, if at all I want, I can change its position right. 1.5. Apply. MU animation, self animation. All these things will be discussed in the next phases. I mean other phases. Animation, self animation, all those things. Now this one. Robot. I have increased its height. Same application. If I increase it, clear?
Yes, sir.
Same with the rest of these things. This is the representation. With this representation, if at all I want, I can use the belt conveyor. So all these are turn plates, turntables, all these things only. I can change its properties if at all I want. It is common for each and everything. Here, even the counter is a roller. Like this, I can define. Now, delete. We have done this buffer, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine.
No, sir.
I'll explain you buffer. Is it clear so far? 3D representation, how to alter the 3D representation, how to
Yes,
transform
sir.
it, how to name it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Still, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me. No problem in this.
Sir, can we delete a segment of a conveyor?
No, it is not possible. If it is a single line conveyor, if you have created the line, I mean, if you have created the conveyor in a single stretch, like this, see. Now, this single conveyor, it is not possible to delete that component. That is why whenever there is a complexity is there, whenever there is this there, then try to create it with multiple components. This is first. Done. Next one is second component if at all I want. Then again there is one more component. I'll be using this one, third component.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, suppose we have made the means conveyor which you have made at the top,
Hmm.
and we don't want the curve part.
Hmm.
So we have to delete it, or we can modify it, means its radius, or
See, you
so
can
that
modify it. What will be happen at the end of the day? Some factors will always that are in relationship with the factors only, with the relationship with the radius, relationship with the transformations. So somewhat there, somewhat conditions you will be having facing I mean, there will be a problem. There will be having some difficulties. That is why whenever you want to do a modification on a conveyor on this type of angles, then try to delete it and draw somewhat like this. See now what will be happen here, I have prepared multiple components. I don't want this one, I don't want this curvature. So directly I can delete these components and I can do the rest for components. I can directly just like this. Okay. Here as said edit 3D properties, appearance, segments. I will be entering into segments. Here there will be lot of zeros will there. Here instead of 2, as said, if I give 0, see what happened. Okay, enter into segments. Here radius 2 we have defined. So same. Here I am using 0 and OK. Segments same. Here I am changing it to 0. OK. Segments. Here I am changing it to 0. I mean, I don't know where exactly the segment was going. That is why it will be having a difficulty. So whenever there is a problem, so directly delete this conveyor, best method, and you can alter this one. This is easier way. When you compare this one, see, it is having multiple frames like this. Now here you will be entering into this 3D properties and appearance segments. In the segments tab, just a second, let me show you this. Okay, segments tab. So you will be having two z's. Here you can alter this to instead of 2 I want 1 radius. It is possible, I can change that. But if at all I am deleting that one to 0, then the angles that will be defined with this one, I mean the relationship between these two, the height which I have maintained between these two, see what will happen now. I don't know how much angle it was turned, I don't know how much it was rotated. Again, I want to delete this one, segments. Here this also I am changing it to 0. Okay. Now it is straight line. Previously there is some distance between this conveyor and this conveyor. Maybe it is having some 5 meters or 1 meter apart. Now it was having a straight line when I removed this one. That is the problem we'll be having. We can modify it, but what will be happen? We don't know what is the relationship that is, following with this one. Because of which sometimes it will create a problem or it will create a confusion in the model. The relationship with the mission. So if some mission is having a relationship with this conveyor, so it will be also converted with this one. That is why whenever you want to modify the conveyor or whenever you want to delete a segment in the conveyor, instead of modifying it, try to delete the complete component and start again. Doing with a simple components or smaller components. So if you don't want this, you can directly delete and here you can place anything. If it is a single component, what will be happen? The complete model will be certain, it will be damaged. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now I am using Control C, Control V, Control V. No Control Z. Oh. Okay, three different conveyors. Here I am using a robot. Now range icons. No, it is not possible here in this. So I am changing its manipulator. Right click, edit 3D properties. Here I want to change it to 90. Okay. Else you can right click, edit 3D properties. I am changing it to 45 degrees. Okay, this is acceptable. Same with this also. Edit 3D properties. What am I doing here? Any idea? Okay, but this mission is not correctly placed. How to align these two? I want this mission to be aligned in this direction. How to do that?
So same like in 2D.
Same like in 2D. So if I click, how to do?
Drag and select.
Dragon said, no, no. I'm just asking. I want to orient it. I want to have a same direction for this mission as well as this
Sir,
conveyor.
we will right click on it after selecting the both the missions. We will right click and then arrange.
Both missions, okay. This one as well as this one. Right click, arrange. What I need to select here?
Align. We will see what we have to align.
See here there are options, right? Which option I need to select here?
So align X coordinate.
Now the distance has changed here. This is actually not the cut method. See, this conveyor is fixed here. Now I want to align same thing. I want to align this mission with respect to this conveyor. Then 3D properties and how much angle we have given here for this conveyor. See here, not this one. Right click, 3D properties. What is the angle we have defined here? Minus 45. This is the minus 40 degrees angle we have given. So same thing we have to define here. So minus 45. Now clear? Now they both are in a alignment, same alignment. Similarly with this also. What is the angle of this conveyor? How to check that one? To check the angle of the conveyor, right click on this one, edit 3D properties. And what is the angle we have defined here? 45 with respect to Z. So I need to define same to this mission also. Right click, 3D properties. What is the angle? It was 0. That is why it is parallel to this one. Now I am changing it to 45. Same. Yeah, I can change it. Clear? Or do you want me to explain again?
Clear, sir.
Rest, I hope it's clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, there is a pick and place cell here. There is a robot here. How many inputs are there for robot?
3.
Okay. Now see here. What is this arrow? What is this line and what is this arrow? What exactly it means?
Direction of the flow.
Direction of the flow. Then why there is no direction of flow here? See here.
So the arrow means we can increase or decrease the length
How to disable this one? That one.
by pressing
M.
M.
Okay. So directly in the environment, if you press M, everything will be selected. At the same time, you can press M. It will be disabled. Okay. Now I'm having three different properties. I will just prepare some orientation, appearance here. I will be changing it to somewhat green color. Okay. And this segment, some color. Okay. And this segment. So I'm changing the representation of the three missions. Edit 3D properties, appearance. Here I'm changing it to yellow. Okay, here different colors. Now see, three different conveyors. Now my operation in these is the robot is to pick material from these three and it need to deliver to some other things. Okay, like Control C and Control V first and Control V. Two different units. Same. Add 3D properties. Here I want to change it to 30 degrees. Okay, which is not correct. So entering into this one. So I will be changing minus 30. fine. And same, what happened to this? Right click, add 3D properties, and here I will be giving 30 degrees. Okay, 3D properties, appearance, and I will be selecting black. Now I need to have two more missions here. First mission and second mission. What is the angle? 30. So I need to orient this also. So it is minus 30. Okay. So both are aligned. Yes. Here add 3D properties. It is 30 degrees. Okay. Now I'm selecting yes. Both are aligned. Fine. This is the model I have prepared. Now see what will happen. What happened here? Why the material handling is not possible here?
The robot is not working.
Why it is not working?
It is not connected.
Hmm?
Not connected with the conveyors.
Okay, not connected. How to connect it?
By using connectors.
Yes. Okay, by using connectors only. How to follow the numbers, how to follow the sequence. Here see, always sequence matters in the connections. If I click this as the first connection, then the robot will pick first part from the conveyor 1 3. If I select 1 2 as the first component, if I give the connection between this and this as the first connection, then the robot will pick part from the conveyor 1 2. So I need to maintain that connections also. Here this will be the first. So I will be selecting first connection and second connection. Similarly, the third connection. Same here also. Output. Which output is first? Whether this one 1 to 1 or 1 to 2. So if it is 1 to 1, then I need to give this one. Now I have defined it. Here there will be just a second. Let me do some small thing here. Okay. I'm pressing M, so I'll make this as a representation. See, there is a gap here. I want to change it. Now, how to do this? There is a small gap. How to remove this one?
Or by rotating it through some angles.
Okay. Then what are the different methods?
So we will edit the 3D properties.
Okay. Edit 3D properties.
Then we will change angle to 1 or something.
1 not possible. So minus 1. Now 5 minus 5 minus 4. I don't know like this. Then what I am doing is I am pressing M. Here I will be first making it as a straight line. Okay, then I'm selecting this. It was selected. Still there is a problem. That is why it is not connected yet. So I'm selecting this. I hope you understand the problem. So this is always a difficult task. Then that is why delete, delete, and press the conveyor and prepare a smaller part like this. Once it was done, okay, then what is the angle of this one?
45.
30.
So here 45. Sorry, -30. Okay, I have defined it. I'm checking. Yes, it was connected. Now I don't want this one. I want a straight line or I want some more angle. How can I do that? Apply
So you press M and then you change the orientation.
M. How to this one? See, it is not even visible. Yes. What is the angle it is changing? How to calculate it? How much it was rotated? How much it was? How to calculate this?
Sir, means by entering in edit 3D property.
Okay. See, if at all I want this angle also a mandatory one, then click this one, edit 3D properties. Not this one. Sorry. Edit 3D properties. Here there is an appearance in these segments.
Segments.
Yes. Here, okay, let me cross check it. Okay, segment. There are three nodes, 1, 2, and 3. Where exactly I want to change the angle? Here, in the second part. So in the second part, curve radius. So here I can change the curve. If I give some not so 45 degrees. Okay, what happened? Segments 45 is not possible here. Length third. Hmm. If I press 90, okay, it is not visible. Why it is not visible? It should be visible. I don't know why it is not visible. X, Y, and Z, delta length, delta Z vertical curve radius. If I change it to 10, what will happen? This length is increasing. Tangent angle, yes, this one. Sorry, not this one. If it is a straight, if you are using a curvature, then this curve as well as radius will be placed. If it is a straight line, then this angle. Here I don't want 91 or something. I want 45. Okay, clear. Now I want exact straight line, so I will check what is the angle. So that will be like how much angle it should be. I want a parallel one. I want a parallel line with this y axis.
180 degree.
180. See what will
To
happen if I
zero.
press invalid.
To zero.
So
Oh,
-30.
okay, just a second. Someone is saying 0, so I will place 0. 0. Not possible. Minus 30. Minus 30. Hmm? If I press 90, we'll see what will happen. Okay, if I try beyond this, let me check what will happen. M, okay, no, I need to select this icon like this. Okay, I have given condition and I need to check this one. See what is the angle? 190, which means this is 30 degrees and this is 90. So together it is 120. 120 degrees is a straight line. Clear? Same with this also. By using arrows also you can increase or decrease the length. Same thing I am doing here. Guys, clear? Is it clear how I am defining the angles? If I don't have any angles, I
Yes, sir.
can draw like this, any type, any length, anything. But if I am having certain angles, then this is the method. Now I want to connect the same. See, from station 4 to this mission. Then first I am preparing a smaller line like this and another line like this. Now I need to align these two first. To align that, edit 3D properties and you need to go for an angle. What is the angle here? What is this angle?
30.
Okay, if I give 30, what happened?
Angle is not 30, I think.
Okay, to check that one, if you click on this one, right click, edit 3D properties. Angle is 30. See, I am deleting this one. Conveyor. I am preparing a straight conveyor, 90 degrees conveyor. Done. Now, edit 3D properties. I am changing it to 30. What is the difference between the previous one and this one? Hmm? Have you observed anything? See, I have prepared this type of thing and I am assigning edit 3D properties and assigning 30. Now what is the difference between these two?
Sir,
This is
it
also 30,
depends
this is
upon
also.
the initial orientation of the conveyor that you define. If it is along the x-axis, then 30 will align with the 30 in the conveyor. But if you define it in like an angle, then the angle will be taken as reference and it will be 0.
Yes. Here, if you are following absolute coordinate system, which means if you are defining the conveyor in a straight line, that is parallel to x and y axis, then it will convert, I mean, it will use that x and y. 90 is a reference and it will convert the angle. If you are using some other angle, it's like a incremental coordinate system. So that point will be considered as a reference, and from that point which you have defined, it will be considered as a 0, 0 point and it will be rotating. And see, based upon the rotation, you will be having this 30. So which is not correct. Now this is the correct method. Here I can change the length. Now how to maintain these two? For that, edit 3D properties. What is the angle I should be having for this one? How to make parallel this one to this y axis?
So we will change the
Minus
angle.
120.
Here, here minus 120. Where exactly this minus 120? I need to write.
So segments, and then you have to go to the
Okay.
tangential angle.
Here, default I have given some angle to the conveyor. Now I want to change this particular part of the conveyor. So I need to enter into that conveyor, which means the segments of the conveyor. So appearance, and there is a segments. In the segments, I need to go for it. Here, what is the angle here? Minus 90 is written here. I don't want minus 1, 2. Now I want to decrease the length. How to decrease it?
Press M.
M. Okay. M. Then see what is happening.
So we will start from the mission part. Means the conveyor which is connected with mission. From there we can decrease the length.
Okay. I am zooming it, circle this one. Okay, I am trying to, sorry, I circle this one and holding this one and decreasing this one. And I can check like this. This is first one method and I can drag and drop. Now still it is not, I mean that was matching. Then there is one more method. I can click this, I can click this, both edges. Now I am defining. Okay. See what is happening. I am pressing just side. If I select both, then what will be happening? It will maintain the orientation. But see, somewhat disturbed it is. It is this one and this one. Now again, I need to align that. For aligning that one, segments here. What is the angle here? Here this should be 0. Okay. And segments. What is this angle? Minus
120.
120. Not two minuses. Clear? Still, if I want to increase the length, then press M. Select both edges. And what will be happen? Both will be set. Whenever I do this, so it will maintain the straight one and it will increase or decrease with respect to that point. Clear? Here it is 4 points, here it is 4 points. Fine. Now if I change like this, what is happening? The angle is changing. So I don't want that. So I can check that also in the segments. Whenever I go with this one, this is one, change it please. Minus 120. Okay. Segments here, the length is 7. Instead of 7, I am changing it to 8. And this one, I am changing it to 4. 4 and 8. So now this is, now I will change the same here also. Now this one, right click, 3D properties, appearance, segments, 4 and this was 8. And what is the angle? It should be 120. Okay. Now because of the mission placement, there is a difference. So based upon that, I can increase it. Here I am changing it to somewhat 4.2. Okay. Okay, fine. And this height also I want to change. I don't want 8, I want 9. Okay, fine, 9 is fine. Okay, same with this. Right click, edit 3D properties, appearance, segments. Here I am changing it to 9. Have they connected? Let me check. Okay, it was connected. And if I select these two, if there is a connection already established, then this type of error will be raised. A connector from model station 4 to model conveyor already exists. So there is no need to worry. Now here I am using a mission. Okay, I will be using a mission. There will be having some what here what I need to use. See, uh, there will be okay one more shorter conveyor here. Material from two directions are coming, and I want to place it to this one. Now how can I do this?
So by placing a
So
bridge.
T connector.
T connector.
Turntable.
What happened? Turntable I'm placing here. Fine, done. I will be placing here. Okay, now I'm assigning a relationship, this with this one and this with this one, this with this one. It was already connected. Fine, at the end now I was done the planar view. I'm exiting the planar view. Now this is my parts, this is my model I have prepared. Reset and run the simulation. First, second, second. Now see this. It is following some sort of relationship. Here it was done. Now part is entering here. Now this will work fine until unless this machine is having no any load. Now I am changing this mission to 60 seconds. Not 60, I will be giving 90. Apply. Okay. Reset the simulation. Done. I am increasing the speed. Too much fast. If I increase it further, What happened to the process?
So there is
Blockage.
blockage.
Why there is a blockage? What is
Just
the
because the
reason?
last mission is taking so much time.
Okay, it is having more processing time. That is why it is blocked. Now, I don't want to disturb this complete process. This should be runs like this only with all the times. Maybe 10 seconds default. This conveyor everything is fine. I want to run the process. Then there is only one option that is called as a buffer. I will show you that. Here I am building this one. I will be using a buffer. Buffer is like a bin, okay, storage bin where the parts need to be stored here. I have connected this one and same, and I am connecting this with this one. Yes, it was connected, and these two are connected. Fine. Now if I run the same, clear. Just like the conveyor, it is also storing the places. Now, what is the capacity of that one? How many parts it is storing? To check that one, so you need to double click on this one. Now there is an option 8. It's a small buffer. In industry, I'm using a bigger buffer. So instead of this one, I am placing some 30 items. Okay, and resetting it, running it. Now what happened? Is it clear? Now, what exactly the
Yes.
application of buffer is? Buffer is to
Yes.
store the
Yes,
material.
sir.
Just like the conveyor, buffer is also a place where the material is stored, from which you can directly connect with the conveyor so that part will automatically store back to its position. In convey, what happened here? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 parts are stored in this conveyor. Now in this buffer, I am storing 30 parts. Like this, I can use multiple buffers at different places. So that what will be happened? So the parts will be stored here first. So it won't give, I mean, it won't affect the next mission or previous mission. That is the main reason why we are using a buffer in the process. Now what will happen up to this section, up to 13 hours or 13 minutes? See, I will run it completely. Okay. So which means up to 16 minutes, this buffer will try to stop the blockage for these two missions. Clear? If at all I don't use this one, what will be happen? This blockage will going to happen maybe after 5 minutes directly. That is what exactly happened. Now, what is the time we have given to the station?
90 seconds.
Okay, let's talk a realistic model. 45 basic model. So 45, 45, and 45. First process 45, and this process is 60. This process 60. Now see what will happen. Reset the simulation and running it. See the buffer capacity. It will try to collect more number of parts.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, these parts are waiting.
Hmm.
So, don't you think that due to friction, parts will wear
Due to friction, parts will
and
be. Sorry.
wear? Conveyor is moving now.
Ah.
Then part is waiting on the conveyor.
Ah.
Then due to friction, parts will wear or tear something like that.
Based upon the part which you are using, so we can use the type of conveyor. If the material is smoother in nature, then we need to use this belt conveyor. If the material is harder, then we need to use this type of roller conveyors. Like based upon the part, we need to define what type of conveyor I need to use. If the material movement is more, if at all I'm using 1000 number of parts per an hour or 10,000 number of components per a day, then I need to consider that wear and tear also. By considering those things, I need to find what type of conveyor will preferable for the layout. That also I need to find it out. Okay. Now see here what happened. There is a buffer here I'm placing. Because of this buffer, see there is no any blockage on these two machines, but these two machines are having some weight, I mean some processing time, because of which what will be happened, it will affect these three machines from now onwards. How to eliminate this again?
Either we increase the length of the conveyors or we can add buffers.
Yes. See, this is the maximum length. Maybe if the length of this is a maximum, I mean, if there is a place constraint is there, then this is the maximum length. At that point of time, I can, just like this one, I can add a buffer here. I can add a buffer to this station. I mean, just the representation I am saying, I can connect this with this one and this with respect to this machine directly. I'm deleting this connection. So in between the buffer is going to place a key role here. The parts will be entering into this connector, I mean this buffer, and from the buffer it will be entering into mission. Similarly, this also. So here I am deleting this one and I will be selecting this with this one and this with this mission, which means the from the conveyor the parts will be entering into buffer, and from the buffer the parts will be entering into mission. Here I have changed the time and I have given it to 30. Okay, done. Same this also. In this conveyor I have defined the capacity as 30, so that what will now see what will going to happen. Okay, now I'm resetting the simulation, running it. Clear? That's the duty of buffer. See here what happened. Buffer will max store up to 30 components which we have defined. So up to that extent the buffer has stored, and the remaining process is in the conveyor. It is running like this. Again, once the conveyor was full and the parts will be stored at this condition. So like up to this extent of the parts will come up to this mission. Up to that the process will run continuously without having any blockage. So after this point again there will be having a blockage on mission 1, mission 2 as well as mission 3. Then I need to check simultaneously, do I need to increase the capacity? If at all this is the model I need to run for 5 days or 6 days, then I can add multiple buffers, or I can increase the capacity of the buffer. So that what will be happen, whenever the parts are coming, so it will be stored continuously. That is what we will call as a industrial warehouse where the parts will be stored. Now see this buffer is having 30 bins was done. Now once the part was done, then automatically I will use another buffer here or a side buffer. So after 30 another sorry, not this one, there will be having another buffer. So once this buffer was full, so the next parts will be loaded into second buffer. Once it was done, it will be connected with this mission. So now see this and this and this and this. Now I'm having two different buffers, and two different buffers is having 30 30 capacity. Now what will happen? Now I'm having two different buffers here. So together I am collecting 60 parts here, okay, 30 plus 30. This is how we are going to use. If there will be still, there will be having a bottleneck or there will be going to happen a blockage phase, then I am going to increase the number of buffers. So first buffer, second buffer. So what will be happen? Maybe this is the one of the, I mean, finest method. Other, if at all I am not using this buffer, what will happen? This will impact these three missions instantly, which will create a bottleneck in the process, which will reduce the rate of production. Now at least even I am having some parts are ready with me. These missions are not at all stopped, and it is continuously producing the parts to this mission and give material to these missions. Now, if at all I want, if this is the production I am having, I am continuously getting this production for next 1 year, then I can increase another mission, so that what will be happen? The load will be reduced. Like this, I can showcase the parts, like I showcase this material, this project to the industrial persons. Clear? This is what the advantage of buffer is. Buffer is for storing a parts. That is one of the finest thing. Next, there is one more thing that is called as a sorter. Buffer and sorter both are same. See, this is a sorter and this is a buffer. In buffer, what will be happen? The part that will be entered first, that will be exiting the first. That is called as a first in, first out. FIFO, it will follow the FO. Whereas this sorter will be having conditions, which means we can give the condition, we can assign some condition, first in first out or last in first out, that we can descend in this sorter. I can open this one and I can increase the capacity just like the buffer. Here, order, what type of I need to follow, ascending or descending. If I click for ascending, first in first out. If I click descending, last in first out. So time of sort, how to sort. On entry it will sort like this. So this will be default things, occupation, mu property, method. So here by when I click ascending, so which means first in first out. If I select descending, what will be happen? It is like for a last in first out. That is the condition it will follow. Generally, we won't follow, I mean, we won't use this type of sorters in the plant simulation. Only we are going to use this condition. Why? Because in general, what will be happen when the first part entered into the conveyor, so what exactly we will going to think? The part which is entered into the here into the bin first, so that need to be exited first. That is the condition given to this buffer. First in, first out, default condition. That is where we are using this buffer as a default one. So this buffer is also using the same principle. So what is the material that is coming first? That will be going out. Clear?
So, but still, even after using these buffers, after a certain amount of time, there will be blockage in all of the machines.
Yes, now we can define that. Now that part is in our hands. Even after using the buffers at three different locations, even four buffers are using at different locations. After 1 hour, after 2 hours, I am going to get a blockage. Now this is can't, I mean, this can't be removed. This blockage can't be removed. Now only option is to increase the number of machines or increase some other criteria so that to reduce the bottleneck. That is the solution we are going to provide at that point of time. Initially, we are going to define, we are going to check with respect to buffers as well as conveyors. The conveyor length is defined here. We have get this condition. So we can't increase the length of the conveyor. Now the alternative thing is buffer only. We need to place a buffer here at each and every station and we can check. So what will happen if I place a buffer with 30 capacity? At what time I can run the simulation without having any blockages? So maybe I can run for, if at all I'm not using any type of buffers, then I can run the simulation for 15 minutes only. Beyond that, it is in blocking phase. After using these four type of buffers, then I can run the simulation for 2 hours. After that, again, it will be in blocking phase. Now what happened? So after utilizing these buffers, I will be getting more than 1 hour 45 minutes extra. That will be advantage. Like if this model is continuous, if this is a continuous running plant, now I can propose them some layouts. So this is not the feasible layout for running this type of problem, I mean running this type of production. So that you can increase the machinery or you can increase the length of the conveyor or you need to do some improvements so that your rate of production won't affect with respect to these parts. Like we need to deliver something for improving the profit, sorry, for improving the rate of production or for reducing the bottleneck in the plant. That is the role. Okay, initially we have to define the exact model which the company is having. Next we need to do the modification with respect to the buffers. So why? Because we can place any type of buffers in industry. Buffer is like a bin. It is like a desk, or it is like a bin where all the parts will be stored. Once the bin was full, so it was removed and another bin was placed over there. So that the parts again that will be filled up with that one. So maybe one bin will be having 100 parts with it. So once the bin was done, so that parts will be collected and saved at somewhere. So the next cycle, the next operation, maybe this is the first cycle. Okay, now I will assume this is process, this is common, this is completely common, and this is second process. The second process is having one, two, three missions and four buffers. I'm having some alternative like this. Now see, just a second, I'm deleting this one. Control C and Control V. Now this is standard process. This is only one process. This process I have only three machineries and this conveyor. Now I am having some alternative process. In this, what will be happened? See, now I need to have a buffer here. Fine. Now what I am doing here is, once, see, I have prepared an alternative process here. This alternative process is for once this bin was full, what will be happen, this bin will be connected and given to this machine, so that what will be happen, this process same here, this will run. Like I can create multiple process at the end to maintain the production, that also I can perform. Here I am increasing number of buffers, so once the bin was full, once the buffer was full, that buffer will be given to some other process. So that buffer will act as an input, that buffer will act as a source for the next process or the alternate process. If this is the same process 1, same process 2, same process 1 is having these missions and it is having a buffer. Once this buffer was full, the parts will be given to the second mission, I mean same process 2. Now this is also having same mission and same process. So now this is also performing, it is like a simultaneous process or alternative processors, same process with different apparatus. I can perform like this, so that I can reduce the load on this one whenever this bin was full. So once this bin was full, then the part will be loaded on this conveyor and it will impact these missions. If the bin was full, then I am replacing that bin with another bin. Then what will be happen automatically? I will be having n number of buffers. I will be having 10 or 20 buffers, so that these three missions won't be blocked at any point of time. Like I can run the simulation. So I want to run the simulation for 7 days. Let us say I want to run the simulation for 7 hours.
So how we can do the replacing part?
Here, okay. This is 7 days. Okay, I have done the simulation. If I run the model, what will be happen at a point of time after? Where exactly? Let me check. See, maybe after 2 hours, this was blocked. Now, for every 2 hours, I want to replace this buffer. I want to add this buffer, or I can connect, and directly I can connect this buffer with this one. So that what will be happen now? See, this I am deleting. Just a second. Where is this connector? This is the connector. Here I am deleting this connector and I am using this one, this buffer with this one, and this buffer with this buffer. I have given two different conditions here. I am resetting the simulation. I hope you understand. This buffer is connected with this buffer, which means I am connecting a duplicate process here. Similarly, this one, this buffer is connected to this one. Now when I run this one, it will act like this representation. So parts will be continuously moving. Okay, sorry, this buffer capacity, I haven't increased this buffer capacity. I want to increase this to 30 and I want to give it to 30. Okay, let us see what will happen. Now after 3 hours it will start going to block. Before that it was 2 hours, now it was 3 hours. Like I can add process and I can check what is the alternative thing I can do, what is the alternative process I can adopt. That is what exactly we can be doing in this plant simulation by using, initially we need to work with buffers only. So once the buffer was full, then even after utilizing some 4 or 5 buffers, like this here I am using 2 buffers, still I am not even matching this one, then I can propose them. Even though you are using 3 or 5, this is having a blockage. So only aspect is to increase these missions, or like we need to project them some different solutions. Clear with this buffer? We'll be discussing these things, this optimization in the later phases. Don't worry about this optimization part. This layout, as of now, is it clear how to use a buffer?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Today, what we are going to do is, what are the tools we have practiced in 2D? All the components you need to convert into 3D and try to create a direct 2D model and convert it into 3D and do some modifications. Save it. At the same time, try creating a complete 3D model, just like how I have done here. So 3D model. So you need to start with a planar view and you need to create, see all the angles also, how I have done. So how to use a conveyor, how to change the representation of the conveyor, how to do the mission changing, mission modification. If at all I want to run the, I mean, rotate an angle of 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 15 degrees, how can I supposed to do it? So this alignment, this conveyor as well as mission, how they both were aligned with each other. So how to maintain same angle. See these things, robot connections, how to do a buffer also. Try that also. If at all there will be a conveyor like this, how I need to do this? Instead of this sharp edge, if at all I'm having a arc here or a radius, a curvature here, how to map that one? Like try all these methods so that you will be having some good hands on 3D. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Today, try to do all these things. Try to practice all the tools which you have learnt in 2D also. Try to convert them in 2D. Check the 3D visual, how the 3D visualization will be. I have shown you how to change these colors also. Try to do that. So how to change the I mean conveyor with segments and without segments, how to change it. Like all these elements, try to practice and come for tomorrow session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Just a second. Let me save it.
Sir, please explain how to convert the 3D model into 2D once again.
Yes. Okay. Fine. I will do that.
We can't convert 3D into 2D, no?
Yes, we can. See, now this is a 3D model. If at all I want to convert into 2D, it is not possible. Why? Because we have started the model in 3D itself. So it is not possible. Only the view, the planar view, I mean just a default, not it's not a default. It is like a, what we're going to say, temporarily we are converting into planar view so that we can have a clear look on topward direction. So if at all I'm viewing the plant in a top view, how it is visible, that can be visible in planar view. So for that we need to press P and it will be visible. But it is again difficult for you to convert your 3D model into 2D model once you have started in 3D. Okay. If you want both, then you need to start your model in 2D and you have to do some sort of 2D activities. Once you have done the 2D activities, then you need to convert by using this conversion 2D and 3D. In this 3D, you can convert. Yes, it is not possible. I have cross-checked it. It is not possible. So you need to convert your model. So you have to create your own model in 2D. Once you are done 2D applications, then you need to convert into 3D. And you can see all these things are possible in that aspect also. Now I have changed it. Let me close this. Now here, create new model 2D. See, same. I'm using a mission. I'm using a conveyor. Sorry, source. I'm using done. I'm placing another mission. I have placed the drain. Now I have connected all these components. Done. Now I am converting into 3D. Yes. Now it was defined into 3D. Like you can do any type of modification here. Here I am pressing M and I am entering into edit 3D properties. I can change the appearance. I can change the segments. Here it is 10. I don't want 10 as the length of this one. I want 5. Okay, I have done the modification 5 and I want to change this orientation also. I am changing it into 3D properties and here I am changing it to 90 degrees. Okay, so I have changed its representation. Now done. I'm converting into 2D. Now see. Okay. If you start your
Okay, sir.
model in 2D, then it is possible you to convert into 2D as well as 3D, 2D as well as 3D. But if you start your model in 3D, it is not possible for you to convert into 2D model again. Okay. That is why I explained you 2D initially, for you to clearly understand all these things. So you need to create any type of layout in 2D itself, so that once you are done modeling it, once you have done final modeling, so this is your final model, and this model you have to showcase it to the industrial persons. Then you can produce them the 2D layout also. You have to produce the 2D layout. So this is what exactly the 2D layout will be. It is in 2D it was clearly visible. Now what will happen? See, in 3D, if you click planar view, it is like this. So who will understand this one? I mean, some CAD persons won't understand this thing. Okay, for a better understanding, so this is what exactly it will be. Connectors, everything will be material handling. See how the material is moving. Material is moving in this direction. That is clearly visible in station one. That is clearly visible in this one. So when you try to do this in planar view, it is not visible. See here, mission direction is changing, but we can't say so how the material is coming, how the material is going. We can't define that in the 3D planar view. So if you want to showcase everything in real, then you need to start your model in 2D. Once you have done the 2D, then you need to convert into 3D. Once the 3D modeling was done, then again you need to convert back into 2D, and you can save it or you can download it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. That's it from my side, guys. Any doubts? Or is it
No,
clear?
sir.
Okay. Try practicing all these things. If you are having any difficulties or anything you want to ask, you can contact me tomorrow. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay, chalo then have a great day. Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.